I am pleased to be joined by Sarah Schupansky and Lilly Reale. If you have any questions, please use the Zoom hand raise function so I know to call on you. But first, we'll kick it off with the rookies here. What a game for both of you. Just want to know takeaways. We'll start first with Sarah. Your first professional goal. Just how does it feel after today?
Oh, no, thank you so much. I mean, it feels really great. I think it was a really good team performance overall. Obviously, it was my first goal, but it was not too tough to score because Lily played such a great ball across, and it was a great team build up. And I know the coaches were really proud of that just because it's something we've been working on and something we wanted to implement today. But it feels great. I'm having so much fun with this team, and I know this was a big win for us, especially after our most recent game. So it was really good to come back and have a good response.
And then Lilly, for you, I mean, that rookie connection, how did that feel for you out there today?
Yeah, I mean, like Sarah said, I think our team is just building every game that we can and getting close, especially off the field on this long stretch of away games that we've had. So it makes it easy, to gain that on-field chemistry when you're just having a lot of fun off the field. And then similar to what Sarah said, I think it was just today going into this game, we knew we wanted to have an appropriate response. End this stint of away games on a good note and just really show everyone who Gotham is. We knew we could bring more than what we showed last game. So I was just really proud of the response that we had.
All right, we'll open it up with Peyton here.
I was just wondering if you guys could share what you saw kind of on that goal. I know it was a while ago now, but
Yeah, definitely an early one. I think for me, we were able to watch it back at halftime, so I do have a better memory of it now. But yeah, I think in the moment, Gabby did a really good job to draw the defender in, so it just made it easier to get on the outside of her. And then as I looked up, usually they tell us, miss the first post or the first defender. So for me, I knew someone was going to run across and then saw the space open there to just, it felt like it was like a tunnel of space to just hit Sarah. So I trusted that she was going to get there. And I mean, obviously she did. So yeah.
Yeah, anytime Lily's on the flank, I know it's going to be a great ball in. So just the timing of my run and the timing of the arrival, I think is something that's all I have to do. And it was clearly a really great ball, and there's support all around me. I think Esther made a great run across the front, which opened up a ton of space for Lily to play through. So I was just glad I could finish it off for us.
Thank you, Peyton.
Awesome.
All right, we'll go to Jenna. If you'd like to unmute yourself.
Thanks so much. Thanks, Lily and Sarah, for taking the time, and congrats on a great game and great goal combo there. I wanted to ask about just the way you were able to bounce back from that loss against Portland. I think, and you guys would probably say this, you didn't really look like yourselves in that second half against Portland. So what were some of the adjustments and changes you made and things that you learned from that loss that you were able to execute so well today?
You want to start?
Sure. Well, I think first things off, after that result, everybody knew that that wasn't who we were, and we were capable of so much more. And the coaching staff really didn't dwell on that performance too much. Obviously, there were some specific things that we had to change for this game and had to clean up, but for the most part, we all knew that it was kind of a fluke. It felt like that after as well. And then we were pretty appreciative of the fact that we had a game so quickly after that one. And physically, it's a tough turnaround, but mentally, it was really great to have another chance to prove ourselves and prove what we know we're capable of. So I think it's a big credit to the staff and also the more experienced players on this team. They really instilled a lot of confidence and belief into us after that performance, and instead of a more defeating approach, which I think really helped at least us rookies. I felt like we could come into this next game full throttle and really finish this stint of away games, like Lily said, on a high note.
Yeah, and then I think just, quickly to add to that, for us, we wanted to come into this game with a bit more of an aggressive approach and, try and figure out ways to win first and second balls, make hard tackles, adjust in ways that, would put us on the gas pedal a little bit more when we have the ball. I think, especially against Portland, There was just, maybe one too many turnovers, one too many missed clearances, stuff like that, that make the difference at the end of the day. And especially for us rookies, I think we're learning every game and, seeing the little things that make the difference every game. So for us, it was just so important to come into this one without dwelling on the last game, but instead just adjusting the things we needed to and coming in with a little bit more fire under us.
And as rookies, I was curious your perspective on this, both from you as individuals and just as a team. The league was really pushing this game as like this big rivalry match, and I'm curious if you felt that, if the team felt that, and just kind of what you guys think, especially as your first year on the team of a Spirit Gotham rivalry, or if it's more kind of budding now.
You go ahead.
Okay, yeah. I think for us, we just kind of treat every game, with the same mindset that we're gonna go out there, show who we are as a team, not take it too, not, shift it too much to get in our head or make it a little bit bigger than it should be, but just go out there with the same mindset, with the same approach, and maybe this game adding a little bit more fire just based off the last response. But friendly rivalry, I would say more so. But yeah, for us, I think it's just about respecting the opponent we're going to play every game and going out and implementing the things we can to come out on top, hopefully.
Yeah, I completely agree. I do remember watching the Washington Gotham semifinal last year and just how intense that game was for both teams. And obviously Gotham didn't come out on top of that one, and it was obvious how impacted the players were after that result. So in order to kind of do everything I can for them, I definitely thought of this game as a little bit more of a special one, just because I wanted to help them redeem themselves after that semifinal. Even though it was a great performance by both teams, obviously it hurt to not get the result and move on to the final. So I'm really glad that we were able to kind of turn the page and get a result back at the same exact field that they unfortunately didn't get the result last season. So that felt really nice, and I hope that we did our part and they're happy with what we did to help them kind of turn things around here at Audi Field. But like Lily said, it's certainly in our minds just another game that we want to come out and prove ourselves in and do what is asked of us. And this league, any game can be, you can have any result in any game. Every game is going to be hard. So you got to go in with the same mindset, which is that the team you're going to play is good, and you have to come out and you have to perform at your best.
All right, thank you, Jenna. We'll do Mega and then we'll wrap with Michael.
Hi, thank you so much for being here and congratulations on the win. As Lily mentioned, great aggressive showing on the offense today, but I thought you guys also had a great defensive showing, especially compared to that second half back in Tuesday. So was just curious to get, some of your thoughts on that, what changed in the back line and how you managed to really keep it organized today.
Yeah, I think, sorry. As I mentioned, I think just implementing ways that we could be a little bit more aggressive and try and put ourselves in the more dominant position on the ball, just to delay them, from getting the ball and being able to go down our throats, because we, we're a little bit more structured, I think, this game than we were with Portland. In our film, watching that game, it was kind of just like, we didn't play poorly, but there's a number of breakdowns that are going to then lead to a good chance or a good goal. And unfortunately that happened, several times. So for us, I think coming into this game, we just wanted to be a little bit more switched on, compact as a back line. And we knew that they were going to try and play a little bit more direct maybe. And I think at times they definitely did, but for us, we just wanted to stay ready for those balls in behind and also be, as covered and structured as we could this game.
Yeah, I mean, I think the back line had an incredible performance today. But even in Portland, it doesn't just come down to them. I think as a whole team and all 11 of us out there needed to be better defensively, staying more compact in our press, knowing when we're in our press and when we're kind of in our block. So just a lot more communication was done today to help organize that. And I think we were just a lot more on the same page compared to Tuesday, which helped a ton. But I'm so proud of the back line today, and they kept it a clean sheet when Washington had a lot of chances to change that reality. And I mean, and Katrine Berger, guys, she is incredible. So I know she put on a great performance and hopefully made the Gotham fans back home proud.
All right, Michael.
Hi guys, thanks for your time today. For both of you, this is still, pretty early in your pro careers, and in your college careers, I'm not sure how often you've experienced a week like this, especially from a travel perspective. I'm just wondering how you're both feeling, both physically and mentally, and how did the team prepare you or help prepare you for a week like this?
Yeah, I think that's a great shout. Honestly, I will say though, with the college schedule, especially changing to the Big Ten this year, I felt that we, have had that challenge, of having maybe a Thursday, Sunday, and then like a Friday game. So, but I think the biggest difference is the load. Like these games, every game, especially for, my first 2 or 3 games, I was coming out of them saying that's the hardest game I've ever played in my life. I think it's, we're starting to get used to the loading now, and that's credit to our training staff and strength staff for, getting us to a place that we need to be. But yeah, I think also with these performances, we're keeping the ball a little bit more. We're getting forward as a team. So I think, in this stint of games, our goal was to just do the work for each other, keep the ball as much as we could, and, finish our chances as early and as often as we could so that, we can give ourselves a little bit more of a safety blanket. But in that same way, or in that same sense, I think for us, it was really just about, getting through this week as a team and enjoying it as much as we could on and off the field. So yeah, just working for each other there.
Yeah, I think physically it's certainly tough, especially to have a midweek game in between 2 weekend games. I think we have it a little bit easier than some of the older girls just because, like Lily said, we had those Thursday, Sunday games, and sometimes in tournament play, you play Friday, Sunday. So we definitely are probably a little bit more acclimated to such a quick turnaround, but it doesn't mean it's easy. It's certainly tough physically, but like Lily said, sometimes mentally you just have to suck it up and play for each other. And I think the coaching staff did a really good job of really being like, you have one more game in this stint of away games, play your absolute hardest so we can end on a good note and go into our next home game on a high note and in a strong way. So I think it's a lot of credit to the staff and even the staff that you don't see directly on the sideline, just within the organization, working as hard as they can to make the travel and our lives as easy as they can be in a trip like this. They really care about our well-being and how we're treated off the field. So we both really appreciate that as rookies, and they keep things super organized, and that makes it a lot easier to do our job on the field.